Hi everyone, I hope you are safe and healthy with your family and friends. In this video, we are going to know about 11th Standard Accountancy, Chapter 7, Subsidiary Books 2, Exercise Sum 6. Record the following transactions in 3-column cash book of John 2017 December. Before we are going to enter the given transactions into cash book, we need to know the title of the cash book and the format of the 3-column cash book. In the books of John, the title of the cash book is in the books of John, cash book with 3 columns. The 3-column cash book formats are divided into 2 parts, that is left hand side debit side we call as debtor and right hand side credit side we call as creditor. So let's see first debit side column. Okay, date, receipt, RN means reference number, LF means ledger folio. Amount column are divided into 3 columns, that is discount allowed column, cash column and bank column. 3-column cash book means we have the 3 amount column, okay, on both the side, that is discount allowed column, discount column, cash column and bank column. Okay, so credit side we have the, what are they? They are, the format are date, payments, VN means voucher number, LF means ledger folio. Amount column are divided into 3 columns, that is discount received column, cash column and bank column. Okay, let's see the transaction one by one. The first transaction is December 2017, December 1, cash balance brought forward 12,600. This is the opening balance of the cash book. So the opening balance of the cash book will always enter into the debit side. Okay, dated on December 1, to balance brought down 12,600 rupees have to enter on cash column. Okay, debtor side cash column. This is the opening balance of the cash book. Then December 1, bank overdraft brought forward 36,000. If they given cash at bank, which means bank balance, then we will enter it on debit side, bank column, right? Bank balance means we have cash in our bank account, okay? But in this transaction, they given the bank overdraft brought forward 36,000 rupees, which means we have liabilities or loan from bank, or we borrowed loan from bank. So when we have overdraft or borrowed loan from bank or liabilities from bank, whenever our liabilities increases, that liabilities will be credited, right? So in the same way we have bank overdraft brought forward 36,000. So we have to enter this transaction into credit side bank column. Okay, so credit side bank column we have to enter that amount. 2017 December 1, buy balance brought down 36,000 we have to enter on the bank column credit side. This means we have bank overdraft. Okay, the next transaction is December 1, advance paid to petty cashier by check 3,000. Okay, so we paid advance to petty cashier through check. Check means bank. What is the journal entry? Petty cashier account debtor to bank account, because we paid cash through check to petty cashier. So our cash account decreases through bank. Okay, so bank account, petty cashier account debtor to bank account. In 3-column cash book we have to see whatever transaction they given, we have to see where is cash account and where is bank account. Okay, so in this transaction, where is the bank account is on credit side, because you paid cash to bank, your bank through bank, your bank account decreases. Whenever your bank account decreases, you have to credit the bank account. Okay, so where is bank account? Bank account is on credit side. So we go to credit side. What is the opposite? Credit side means payment side, because you paid cash through bank to petty cashier. Okay, so What is the opposite account from bank account? Petty cashier account. So you have to write that petty cashier account. December 1, by petty cashier account. By means you always started with the word by on credit side. By petty cashier account, where we have to enter the amount 3000 rupees. You have to enter 3000 rupees on credit side bank column, because to bank account means credit side. Okay, bank column you have to enter, bank account given here, you have to enter. The clue is on journal entry. You can easily enter whatever transaction they give, you can easily enter them into the cash book, 3-column cash book. So you have to enter credit side bank column 3000 rupees. We entered 3000 rupees on credit side bank column. Okay. The next transaction is December 5. Goods sold for cash rupees 12,000. Okay. Whenever you generate sales, you made sales, you received income. So you have to go to receipt side. Okay. You have to enter this transaction on receipt side. Okay. Debit side. Okay. So goods sold for cash. What is the journal entry? Cash account debtor to sales account, because your cash account increased when you made sales, your cash account increased. Whenever cash account increases, you debited the cash account. So how much rupees you sold goods? 12,000 rupees. So what you have to look at here, where is cash? Okay. Regarding this transaction has the cash transaction. Okay, so you have to find where is cash. Cash is on debit side. So you go to debit side, debtor side, and enter 12,000 rupees on cash column, debtor side, cash column. Okay, so what is the opposite account from the cash account? Sales account. You have to enter the opposite account on debit side. Okay, do you understand? Okay, dated on 5, you go to debit side because cash is on debit side. Okay, so what is the dated on 5? You go to debit side, the opposite account name is to sales account. Always started the word to on debit side. So to sales account, where you enter the amount 12,000 rupees, you have to enter in cash column because cash account debtor. So debtor side cash column, you have to enter 12,000 rupees. So we entered 12,000 rupees on cash column, debtor side cash column. The next transaction is December 7, dividend on shares collected by the bankers 1,000 rupees. Okay. So you received dividend. What this transaction tells us? You received dividend through bank. Okay, so your bank account increased because you received dividend. From where? Through bank. So your bank account increases. Whenever bank account increases, you debited the bank account for discount received. Okay, what is the journal entry? How much rupees you received discount? You received dividend on shares collected by the bankers on 1,000 rupees. You received dividend. Okay, so your bank account increases. So the journal entry is bank account debtor to dividend received account. Okay, this is the journal entry. How do you post this? What you have to see here? You have to see whether it is bank account. What this transaction tells us? This transaction is related to bank account or cash account. This transaction is related to bank account. So where is bank? Bank is on debit side. Bank account debtor means bank is on debit side. So you go to debit side, debtor side, and enter 1,000 rupees on bank column. Okay, what is the opposite account from the bank account? Dividend received account. So you have to enter dividend received account on debtor side. Okay, debit side. So dated on 7 to dividend received account. This is the opposite account from the bank account. Okay, 1,000 rupees you have to enter on bank column on debtor side. Okay, so bank account debtor means debtor side bank column you have entered 1,000 rupees. The opposite account is dividend received account. We entered. Okay. The next transaction is December 13, cash paid into bank 10,000 rupees. So you paid cash into bank, your bank account increased. So what is the journal entry? Bank account debtor to cash account. This is the contra entry because two accounts are involved here. What are the accounts? Bank account and the cash account. You have to enter these two accounts on both the debit side and the credit side. This is the contra entry. Okay. So what is the journal entry? Bank account debtor to cash account. So first we see take debtor side. Bank account debtor means debtor side you have to go to debtor side, debit side, and enter 10,000 rupees on bank column. What is the opposite account from the bank account? To cash account. So you have to write the opposite account name. That means to cash account on debtor side. So dated on 13 to cash account. This is the contra entry. You have to write the alphabet letter C on LF column on both the side. Okay. So to cash account 10,000 rupees we entered on the debtor side bank column. Okay. Then we have to enter the second account into the contra side, which means opposite side. What is opposite side? Credit side. So the next account is to cash account. Okay. So where is cash account? Cash account is on credit side. So we go to credit side dated on 13. What is the opposite account from the cash account? Bank account. So we go to credit side dated on 13. What is the opposite account? Bank account. So credit side by bank account. C has to write on the LF column. This is the contra entry, which means contra entry. Okay. Then credit side where you enter that 10,000 rupees in cash column. Credit side cash column because to cash account means to means credit. Okay. DR means debit side. To means credit side. Okay. So credit side cash column you have to enter 10,000 rupees. So credit side cash column we entered 10,000 rupees. Okay. Then the next transaction is December 14, interest charged by bank for bank overdraft 1,500 rupees. Okay. So bank charged the interest for the bank overdraft. So your bank account is decreased. Okay. They taken from your bank account. How much rupees? 1,500 rupees. So your bank account decreases. For what purposes they take cash from your bank? For interest. For bank overdraft they taken the interest. Okay. So bank charges account debtor to cash bank account because bank account decreases. You have to create the bank account. Okay. What you have to find here? You have to know where is what this transaction tells us. This transaction clearly tells us bank related transaction. Okay. So where is bank? Bank is on credit side. So you go to credit side dated on 14. Credit side, what is the opposite account from the bank? Bank charges account. So you have to write bank charges account where you enter the 1,500 rupees to bank account means credit side bank column you have to enter 1,500 rupees. So credit side bank column we entered 1,500 rupees. Okay. The next transaction is December 18, check issued to Siddiq, discount received from him. Okay. So you issued check to Siddiq. Siddiq means your bank account decreased. Okay. Why? Because you issued check to Siddiq. So Siddiq, what is the journal entry? Siddiq account debtor to bank account. Okay. So what this transaction tells us? Where is cash or this transaction is related to cash or bank? This transaction is related to bank. So where is bank account? Bank account is on credit side. Okay. So you go to credit side. This is like the cash book, 3-column cash book you consider as the ledger account. Okay. So you go to credit side. What is the opposite account from the bank account? Siddiq account. So dated on 18, you have to write to Siddiq account on credit side. Then how much rupees you issued to Siddiq? 8,000 rupees. Where you enter, you have to enter credit side bank column. Okay. So you have to enter 8,000 rupees on credit side bank column. We entered. Then you issued check only. You received discount from Siddiq. How much rupees you received discount? 200 rupees you received discount. So that 200 rupees you have to enter on the discount received column. Okay. Then the next transaction is December 24. Insurance claim received by check and deposited into bank. Okay. So you received insurance claim. So this transaction is go to receipt side. Okay, debtor side. Okay. So your bank account increased because you received insurance claim through bank, through check. Check means bank. So your bank account increased. How much rupees? 17,000 rupees. So immediately you deposited into the bank. Okay. So when your bank account increases, so what is the journal entry? Bank account debtor to. For what purpose your bank account increases? Because you received insurance claim. Okay. So what is the journal entry? Bank account debtor to insurance claim account. Okay. So what this transaction tells us? Whether this transaction tells us cash or bank, this transaction clearly tells us this is the bank related transaction. Okay. So where is bank account? Bank account is on debit side. Debtor means debit side. So we go to debit side. Okay. Dated on 24. What is the opposite account from the bank account? Insurance claim account. So we have to go to debit side. Have to write to insurance claim account. How much rupees? 17,000 rupees. Okay. Where you enter that 17,000 rupees, you have to enter that 17,000 rupees on debit side bank column. Debtor means debit side bank column. You have to enter that 17,000 rupees. Okay. So on debit side dated on 24, into insurance claim you have to enter 17,000 rupees on debit side bank column. We entered. The next transaction is December 28. Cash received from Bhaskar, discount allowed to him. Cash received from Bhaskar 15,000 rupees and discount allowed to him 150 rupees. Okay. So you received cash from Bhaskar. So your cash account increased. Okay. For whom? From Bhaskar. Okay. What is the journal entry? Your cash account increased means cash account will be debited, right? So cash account debtor to Bhaskar account. What this transaction tells us? Whether this transaction tells us cash related transaction or bank related transaction. This transaction clearly tells us this is the cash related transaction. Okay. So where is cash? Cash is on debit side. Okay. So we go to debit side. What is the opposite account from the cash account? Bhaskar account. So you have to write to Bhaskar account on debit side. So dated on 28 to Bhaskar account. How much rupees you received from Bhaskar? 15,000 rupees. So where you enter that 15,000 rupees, you have to enter debtor side cash column. You have to enter 15,000 rupees on debtor side, debit side cash column. Okay. And how much rupees you allowed discount to Bhaskar? 150 rupees. So in discount allowed column you have to enter 150 rupees. So dated on 28. The opposite account is to Bhaskar account. You allowed discount to Bhaskar 150 rupees. You have to enter discount allowed column, and 15,000 rupees you have to enter on debit side cash column, because cash account debtor. Okay. The next transaction is December 31 deposited into bank all cash excess of 18,600. Okay, what this transaction tells us? How can we enter this transaction into the 3-column cash book? So for that, we have to find the total amount on debit side. Okay, we have to find total amount on the debit, total cash amount on the debit side. Okay, so cash column, yeah. Because as per the rule, the debit side cash column has higher value. Cash will always has a debit balance. Okay, so we have to add all the cash values on the debit side, which means receipt side cash column, that is 12,600 plus 12,000 plus 15,000. How much we get? We will get 39,600. This is the receipt side cash column. Then we have to find payment side cash column, that is 10,000 rupees. Okay, we have to subtract that 10,000 rupees from 39,600. How much we get? We will get 29,600. Okay, so here what is given this transaction given to us? Deposited into bank all the cash excess of 18,600. So we have to subtract that 18,600 from 29,600. Okay, this is the excess cash. Okay, so 18,600 we have to subtract it from 29,600. What we get? We will get 11,000 rupees. This 11,000 rupees we have to deposit it into bank. Okay, so how much rupees we have to deposit it into bank? This 11,000 rupees we have to deposit it into bank. What is the journal entry? The journal entry is a bank account, because you deposited into bank means your bank account increases, right? So whenever your bank account increases, you debited the bank account. So bank account debtor, you deposited cash into bank. Bank means your cash account decreases. So to cash account. So bank account debtor to cash account. So this is the contra entry. Two accounts are affected here, bank account and the cash account. So this is the contra entry. You have to enter these two accounts on both debit and the credit side. Okay, first we take debit side, debtor side. Where is what is there? This is a bank account debtor. Okay, so we go to debit side. What is the opposite account from the bank account? Cash account. So dated on 31. We always enter the opposite account. Okay, on debit side. So to cash account, December 31 to cash account. This is the contra entry only. We have to enter the alphabet letter C on LF column. Okay, then what you have, where you enter that 11,000 rupees, debtor side bank column, we enter the 11,000 rupees. So we entered debtor side bank column 11,000 rupees we entered on debtor side bank column. Are you clear? Okay. The next account is, this is the contra entry only. We go and enter the contra side also. Okay. So what is the next account? To cash account. Which is the next account? To cash account. Where is cash account? Cash account is on credit side. Okay. To cash means credit side. Okay, so we go to credit side. What is the opposite account from the cash account? Bank account. So December 31 to bank account. December 31 by credit side, we always started the word with by bank account. This is the contra entry only. We have to enter the record the alphabet C on LF column, where we enter the 11,000 rupees. To cash account means credit side cash column, we have to enter the 11,000 rupees. So credit side cash column, we entered 11,000 rupees. Okay, then what they given here? They also given 18,600 rupees. We have to enter into the credit side. This is the closing balance of the cash book. Okay, so the last day of the accounting period is 31 December. By balance carried on 18,600 rupees. What they given here, we have to enter that amount on credit side cash column. So we already find the cash balances. Okay, so that 18,600 brought it down to the opposite side below the total. Okay, 18,600 we have to enter below the total to the opposite side. Okay, against these two balance drawdown we have to enter that 18,600 against the 18,600, and the next month of the first accounting period we have to enter here, that is, this is the next accounting period, next day of the accounting period, that is 2018 January 1. This is the opening balance of the cash account. Then we need to find closing balance and opening balance of the bank account. So bank account, maybe bank account will be debit balance or credit balance. It depends on the favorable and unfavorable respectively. For this sum, the exercise sum number 3, we have the credit side bank balance. We have the higher value of the bank balance of credit side. Okay, which side has the higher value for bank account? Credit side, or credit side only. How much rupees? 48,500. We considered this 48,500 as the total. So we have to enter this total on both the bank columns. Okay, so 48,500 we entered on both the side as we consider as the total. Then we have to find the differences. Which side has the lesser value? Debit side bank column has the lesser value. So how much rupees debit side bank column has the lesser value? 39,000 rupees. We have to subtract that 39,000 from the 48,500. From the total value, we will get 9,500. This is the difference value. So we have to enter that differences on lesser side, which means debit side bank column. Okay. Then two balance carried on is to be entered against this differences, and the last day in date column, the last day of the accounting period is entered, that is December 31. This is the closing balance. Balance carried on means this is the closing balance of the bank. Okay, then we have to brought down that amount to the opposite side. Below we have to enter that difference amount below the total. Okay, we enter. Then by balance drawdown is entered against this differences. Then in date column, the first day of the next accounting period is to be entered, that is 2018 January 1. This is the first day of the next accounting period. By balance drawdown means this is the opening balance of the bank balance. So do you have any doubt? Please comment it on the comment box. Thank you. Take care.